Hi artists, let's talk about optical illusions. Optical illusions are pieces of artwork that use lines, shapes, and different designs to trick our eyes. Sometimes they use bright colors, and sometimes they even look like they are moving. Here is the illusion we will be creating. Today, I am going to start with my pencil to create my own optical illusion. I am going to create a gentle, wavy line. Not a crazy one, a gentle one that goes across my page from side to side. The next thing I'm going to do is create more wavy lines that go from the top to the bottom of my paper. I am going to make 5 lines to split up my page. How many? 5 lines. That's it, just 5. Good job. Now I am going to take my fine point Sharpie, or my bigger Sharpie, and I am going to trace the lines that I made. Take your time and do your best job. The more time we take on this and the more attention we pay to our artwork, the cooler it's going to look when we're all done. If you have any pencil lines you can see, take your eraser and clean them up. Here is where I am making the curvy lines that are going to make the illusion of the worm wiggling all over. So I am going up from my middle line with a rainbow curve. I am going from side to side, and I am trying to connect the points at the end where my lines start. The lines on the top of my middle line are curved up. The lines on the bottom are curved down. Again, you don't want to spread them out too much. You want the lines that you start to connect with the line before it on each side. I know this is tricky, but take your time. I promise it's going to look really cool when you're all done. When you get to a section on the side of your paper, there's a couple of things you can do. You can make your lines go right off the side of the page, as if the worm is not fully on your paper, as if you can't see all of it. Maybe some of it is hanging off of the page where we can't see it. Or you can use your curvy line to start just like you did with your other sections. So the edge of the paper could be the edge of the line that you make. Again, the top of my horizontal line curves up, the bottom curves down. I am going to continue this process until all of my sections are filled in. Now that all of my sections are filled in with lines, it looks like my worms are popping off of the paper. My next job is to slowly and carefully go over these lines with my Sharpie. Remember, take your time and do your best job. I like to say that my Sharpie is a car and I need to keep it on the pencil road that I made for it. You can't go too fast and go off the road. No car crashes here. The vertical Sharpie lines that we made to start can act like a barrier for you. Don't go over the barrier with your little Sharpie car. Now that I've gone over all of my lines with Sharpie, I'm going to use my eraser to clean up my paper before adding colors. I am going to use colored pencils to complete my artwork. Colored pencils will allow me to create different values from light to dark in my artwork. The edges of my worm will be darker while the middle will be lighter. I can press harder or more gently with my colored pencil to create different values. On the edge, again, I'm coloring darker. In the middle, I am coloring lighter so that it looks like that is where the light is hitting my worm, where it pops off of my paper. Again, I am coloring dark to light to dark. I should be able to see variations in value across my little worm. Here you can see the dark and the light values I have created that make it look like my worm is popping off of my page. If you are having a hard time coloring lighter, don't hold your pencil towards the bottom. Hold it towards the middle. Then it will be more difficult for you to press harder, and this way you can make lighter colors. Remember, pressing lighter creates a lighter value with our colored pencil. Here I am going to choose a new color for a new worm. You could color your worms like I am, where I'm choosing a new color for every worm, or you could choose to make patterns within the stripes on your worm. It's really up to you because you are the artist. I think either choice is going to look really cool when you're done, but when we're coloring, it's really more about the value than the colors that we're choosing. I'm going to speed things up a little while I'm coloring so you don't have to watch me coloring all day. But I want you to take your time and do your best job. Remember, think about your values and creating those dark and light places in your artwork. I'm just finishing up my last worm now. I hope that you have fun with yours and be creative.